Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sound like I can hear Dr. Paul in the background.
I got something over here fucking as soon as he drops his view down, I'll be able to turn it down, all right?
You know what I'm saying? I can hear him in the background.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sound like I can hear Dr. Paul in the background.
I know. I'm working on something over here. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
And as soon as I get it squared away, I'll turn it down.
No, it's not you, Dr. Paul. We can hear the conversation.
Bill, he's saying that we can hear Dr. Paul's conversation, his personal conversation he's having back on the other line.
No. What I'm trying to say is I have another thing running behind this. Okay? And what's happening is as soon as he put his up and brought me into it, I was unable to turn that one down.
Oh, okay.
But I'll get to it.
At the same time, I wouldn't necessarily do both. You know, again, this is where we're trying to overlap.
Exactly one of the shows. See, that's the, you see? Don't worry, I'll get it down.
Hey, what's up, family? There you go. All right. What's going on? How's the family doing?
Hey, Dr. Paul.
Hey, Dr. Paul, how you doing? What's the word?
What's up, Thunderbird?
Thunderbird.
Thunderbird. Well, I don't know where that came from.
Thunderbird.
Well.
Old school there.
I know some of y'all got flashbacks to you this part. I know you got a flashback real bad.
This one's fun.
Yeah. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Everybody's doing good. Who's in the house?
Everybody's doing fine, man.
Yeah. Bring it in there. All right. Come on in, family. All right, everybody coming through. Good.
Yeah.
Yo, sweetheart, where you coming from? Who's chiming in tonight? Come on, tell us where you from.
Dr. Paul, this is Wade in the house.
What's up, Wade? What's up, my brother?
How are you, Dr. Paul?
Oh, man, you got the beard flowing, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Look at the beard, man. He got the beard flowing. Looking sharp, brother. Looking sharp.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, Dr. Paul, Big D.
What's that?
Carol G in the house.
Sound like Carol G. Where's she in? I see her somewhere. Where is she?
Right here.
I see you, Carol G.
That's my favorite cousin. Dr. Paul.
That's right. That's the favorite cousin. All right. Hopefully everybody's doing good.
All right, man.
All right, I think we're live now on Facebook.
Yeah, we are. We're live, Dr. P. When you pull us down, I have something going behind this piece, so it may be coming through because we're full and I can't get it on.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay.
All right, so we're coming through. All right, Big B, you can check on that side. Do you see anything on there? Are you able to see on that side?
Oh yeah, you're live over here. I'm good. We're good.
Good. All right, we welcome our YouTube family over there, and we're gonna do now. Big B, I'm gonna go live, buddy. All right.
Yeah, man. You live and when you come back to the other piece, I'll be able to turn this other one off so that I can have it in my hand.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
All
good.
right, I want to welcome everyone to the family tree. Put your hands together, family.
Yeah. What's up?
Another episode of the family tree. Got the family together. No better place than to join the tree on a Wednesday hump day.
Well,
Together. How you doing over there, Big B? You all right?
yeah, man, I'm doing good. Hey, we had a little bit of a rain over here, but other than that, I'm doing well now. Yes, sir.
Cool. Good stuff. All right, we're gonna do now is gonna bring on the music on down.
So you pull this bad boy down.
All right. There we go. And we're gonna stop sharing over there. And welcome everyone to the family tree. This is the place where we talk about holistic health and all that's going on in the world.
Well,
We call it the family tree because Big B, this is where we gather around the tree. This is the ancient laurel customs of the laurel ancient trees that are around the entire planet where the families and the culture got together. They got around the family, got around the tree, talked about whatever was going on, anything in your heart, in your mind, anything you need to get through. Guess what? Your problem or situation was usually resolved around the tree. Ain't that so?
right.
How about that? So what we're going to do today, we invite you to participate in the conversation this evening. If you're someone that wants to join the conversation, go down to your reaction bar. You see around there that reaction bar? You can click on there and you can get into queue like Big B up there. Big B, you in queue? Put his
Bam.
hands up. There he is. There he
Bam.
is. Right on time. Put your
Yeah,
hands
buddy.
up and then we'll try to get to your question. If you have
Yes,
someone
sir.
that says, you know what, I don't want to be on view tonight. I want to just, and it's okay if y'all just want to not turn your camera in. I think somebody sent me an email earlier and said, is it all right if I just don't turn on the camera? It's fine with us. Sometimes you just want to listen. That's all right
That's
with
right.
us.
That's right.
So if you don't want to do that, you can go down to the chat box and you can punch in and put a chat question down there. And
There you go.
Providence, is she in here? There
Yeah,
she is.
Providence is in the house today,
I
buddy.
see her background. There she goes. She just pop in there like a superhero. She comes in like that. Prophetess, aka Fingers. Let's give her a hand over there.
Yeah. That's what's up.
She will get your information and she'll definitely get the question over to us. If you're someone that's calling maybe by phone and you missed the prompt that actually tells you how to get in queue, don't worry. Just let us know that you're calling by phone and we'll try to let you in and, make sure we take care of your question. All right.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
call
sir.
it the family tree ultimately because this is the place where the family, they say this thing called social security. You got to
Yes, sir,
say it
buddy.
slow. Social
Social
security.
security.
Guess what?
Yes,
It's
sir.
not a check. It is your family. And that's where
Yes,
we
sir.
gather around the tree. So with that social element to it, we can answer the questions and take care of our home family business. How about
Yeah.
that?
You
So
got
we're
that.
going to
Yes,
get
sir.
started. But before I start anything, I give a shout out to our host with the most, Big B, Bill
Whoop,
Morgan.
whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, buddy.
What's
Yeah,
up,
buddy. Yeah,
buddy?
buddy. Yo, man. Hey, look. What kind of
Hey,
the
man,
The Brown brothers doing good over here.
I see you still haven't gotten back from the islands back there, buddy.
No, man.
You're still
I gotta keep
vacationing on
hanging,
me.
man.
You're still vacationing in the tropics back there.
Yeah, brother. What can I tell you? And look, you know me. I always got to be a little bit different than everybody else. So what can I tell you? I
Palm
keep hanging
trees,
in there, man. What can I tell
palm
you?
trees all throughout the year, right? So, Big
Always,
B,
always.
tell us, man, what's going on in the world, man?
Well, you know what? Look, I don't know what to say. Yes, it does. You know what? I like to go to our very, very favorite spot, worldometers.com, man.
World don't meet us. That's right.
Worldometers.com. So we can give you our numbers, which really have only been updated up. The last time they did an update, Dr. was on the 13th. So we'll give you the numbers that we have, and then we'll go from there. All right. Our
Good.
current numbers right now are at 704,753,890. Our deaths are at 70,010,681. Recovered 675,619,811. Now our active cases are. This is what's important. These last two, active and closed cases. Our active cases right now, guys, currently infected patients, 22,123,398. Now, our what they call our mid condition is around 22,088,604, which is at what? 99.8%, with a series of critical score at what? 0.2% of 34,794. Now, closed cases, guys, here we go. 682,630,492, which gives us at a 99%. Recovery rate of and only deaths of only 1%, 7,010,680.
Wow.
Hey man, look,
Hey,
we're doing something.
That's
We're
some
doing
good
something.
stuff, man.
That's good stuff, man.
Let me add to that, Big B. For those that didn't listen to the show over the weekend, we did announce it, but the World O Meters was that's just me between me and Big B here. The World O Meters website actually said, as of April 13th, the coronavirus tracker is no longer being updated due to the unfeasibility in providing statistical valid global totals, as the majority of the countries have now stopped reporting. Hey, that's
Can you believe that? Can you believe that, y'all?
If they are not reporting, that means that people are doing well, and it's not even worth even trying to track it anymore. That means people are doing well, and I believe that's the reason why people have waken up to this whole thing about health. People are doing well. And if you look at if there's any numbers you want to stay on top of, I'm going to give you the latest numbers with the viruses.
Right.
When the CDC releases every week the level on viruses. And right now, as we speak today, the viruses are down 7.7% than the average, the national average, that we used this time last year. 7.7%.
Wow.
Down. Is trending down. Illness overall, that's outpatient respiratory illnesses, are also down 2.8%. I mean, things are really going down. Even the trending of hospitalizations is down. And the mortality rate is steady. So here we are talking about the things that are doing. That means people getting well, Big B.
Yes, sir, man.
Getting well, doing things, and they're making changes. And I think the spiritual and heighten of where are we right now when it comes to your personal health does make a difference. So I want to shout out, give everyone applause. I wanted to say hello to everyone that's coming in. Give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. Because guess what?
Sir.
We all are doing well as a family. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everyone is to be congratulated.
Yes,
all right,
yes,
Big B, let's get started, buddy. I always start off with the family tree, and I said, you know what? Nothing better than a testimony.
I know that's
testimony is dear and true to my heart. And whenever I hear something that someone says they did or they tried from what we talk about here, or maybe they've been doing something that grandmama then told or grandpa told, whatever the situation, we like to hear it. So at this time, we say a testimony goes a long way. One shall set 1,000 flight. Two shall set 10,000 flight. And with that, we always start it off because we need some encouragement. Somebody's going through, about to go in the storm. Some people in the storm. Some people coming out of the storm. No matter what, it's a testimony. So with that, I want to open up the line now. And the floor is officially open for anyone who has a testimony. Anyone have a testimony they want to start off with? And the floor is officially open.
Don't be shy. Come on now.
Don't be shy.
I have one, Dr. Paul.
Go ahead, Yvette.
Hi, Dr. Paul.
Yes, Yvette.
Oh, that person can go ahead of me. I can wait.
Who else was there?
It was Clarenda.
Okay.
Clarenda. Hey, Clarenda. Whoever wants to go. Whoever wants to go.
Go ahead, Yvette.
Hi, Dr. Paul. Hi, Big Bill. Thank you for being here for us again this Wednesday. I look forward to it. I just wanted to tell you that today I met a 63-year-old homeless woman. I was on my way to do my laundry, and it's not typical for me to come out on a Wednesday after school to do this, but God sent me there for a reason to meet this woman. And so I did she said that she wanted shelter. And she's in New Jersey, southern New Jersey. And so I was searching all over the place. I searched for emergency shelter in Philadelphia and New Jersey. So finally found something. 211 is an emergency number.
Yes.
And I was, after talking to her and listening to her story, she had her belongings in a shopping cart from, one of the supermarkets. And so we were able to get her a place to stay overnight, and which is not enough time. I was really upset how the system works for people who need help. She had mental health issues, she had medical issues, and of course financial issues. So I happen to have some Crystal Geyser water in my car. I carry it with me everywhere I go. And guess what I did? I gave her all the Crystal Geyser water I had in my car. And she was like, thank you so much. I'll take this with my medication, because she was drinking, sodas and coffee and all that other stuff. I'm like, you have to drink some water.
Yes.
And so I called an Uber. So, because she didn't have any transportation, because they'll find you temporary housing overnight, but they don't get you there. So she had no way of getting there other than a bus. She said, I only have enough to take the bus, a few miles away from where she was. So I called an Uber and she got picked up, and, she's there now. Thank you, Jesus. But I just wanted to share with you I shared the crystal geyser water. I'm stretching it beyond the students at my school, and so I'm just happy that God put me in a place where I was able to meet this woman, because you wake up in the morning, you never know what's in the blueprint that God has for you. And
Yes,
never
that's right.
mind what I have imagined that I would have had this encounter with this woman.
Amen.
Yes, yes. Let's
So
give Yvette a hand. Let's give Yvette a hand. Yvette,
Yes, yes,
let's
yes.
everyone
Always,
come off
always,
mute.
always.
Congratulations. Thank you
We
for
appreciate
being
that, Yvette. That's what's up.
person on the spot.
Congratulations, Yvette. That was awesome.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Congratulations.
It was
Right.
needed.
Yes, yes, yes. And
my
that's
Bless
yeah.
you.
my concern is there's really little help for people who are homeless. At least maybe out where in this part of Jersey. But this woman is now in an overnight hotel, and then tomorrow she has to call the welfare center, get a counselor. Like, that's a lot. And so,
Okay.
I just try to take the first steps for her, because she's just trying to survive. And so
Right.
I don't know if anyone else on the call knows of any temporary housing for women,
Okay, let me
senior
help you with
citizens.
that, Yvette. Let me help you with that. Okay, what's happening is I am on the board of directors for Chosen 300 Ministries. We've had Brian Jenkins on before on the Green Hour several times. Here's a number for you. Okay, Chosen 300 does do their specialty is homeless. Got it? Homeless, those that feeding, that need to need meals, hot meals, things like that. They're in Philadelphia, but they're all over the world, so they may have locations. So give them a call. Take this number down. Okay, take this number down, and that's 215 243 0300. That's Chosen 300 Ministries.
Okay. And
where
now
they're located in Philadelphia. There's two locations, 1116 Spring Garden Street, and I'm gonna give you their direct number there, which is 215-765-9807. And they also have a location in West Philly. Okay, and that number, and that's 3959 Lancaster Avenue. Okay, and that's at 215-765-9806. Okay, so we have locations and things for people to go to. It may not promote it, but Brian Jenkins is probably one of the most sought after when it comes to every time when you see on television, on all the major stations. Anytime there's Thanksgiving, anytime there's thinking that people have to outreach for homeless, he was the first one on the Parkway feeding people. And with that correspondence, he's opened up the avenue for people to have housing. They go all over the world. So give them a call and see if they can help. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
But thank you so much for being spot and watching this thing go down, that you can make a difference. So we really all applaud you and everything you do. One more time. Let's get off the phone, y'all.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Let's come off mute.
Yes.
Right. Good work. Good job.
God bless you.
Good job.
All right.
Dr. Carl, let me dovetail Yvette there for a second. She mentioned the 211. I know here in New Jersey, there's called NJ 211. I think they also have one in Pennsylvania with PA 211. And not only can you get housing and places to go for food and money and all that kind of stuff, they help you with a whole lot of stuff. A lot of folk have, if they have access to, and I know in this case, Yvette didn't say anything about her having a cell phone, but a lot of these folk who have cell phones, right? You can get, and all you gotta do is put that info in, and it pops right up, so you can get access to everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. I love it, man. When we get together and we start sharing information.
Yeah, buddy.
Powerful.
Thank you.
Powerful. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Excuse me, Bill. Did you say dial PA 211?
No. It's just PA 211. Okay. And I know that
Well,
OB.
I just dialed 211, the number 211.
Oh, you just dialed.
Just dial it, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
okay.
the number. Just the number. In New
Gotcha.
Jersey, it's 211.
Right.
All
I don't
right.
know
Sounds
about
good.
PA.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. All good stuff. Hope you all are writing this stuff down. We say get a pen and pad because you never know when you need this stuff, y'all.
Can I just add something to that? Similar.
Sure,
Grand Risings, everyone. If you know anyone who do not have smoke detectors in their home, you know, you can dial 311. And that's the Department of Management or something. It used to be, because I used to, when I go into a client's home and they did not have smoke detectors, I would just contact the closest fire department. But you have to go through 311 and let them know that this person, they need smoke detectors, and they will make arrangements to come out within 60 days and install.
That's great information. Thank you, Nitha. Appreciate you. Yes, all of this is good information.
Just took a piece of paper out.
And remember all the time, when you are every change of seasons, you should be doing what, y'all? Change of seasons, checking those smoke detectors. Check those smoke detectors, check the batteries. You know, whenever that happens, make sure you're checking those batteries, because so many times that, you know, the firemen go in and when after there's a fire, they said, well, they had fire detectors, but there were no batteries in there. How about that? So stay on top of that. All right. Okay. Clorinda, Dr. Clorinda, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I think you said you had a testimony. You got something you want to share with the family this evening.
Yeah, so I'm still going after the ophthalmologist, but now I'm going after the PCPs with all these patients that are having problems with their statins.
Oh,
and I told them to stop taking the statins and go to red yeast rice and soluble fiber and sources of soluble fiber, you know, mostly beans. So they're like, because every time I take that stuff, my doctor get mad because I don't take, because they know I'm not taking it. So I'm not taking it because every time I take it, it's like it goes straight to my joints. And I said, well, you know, that's what it does. But they won't tell you that because it became their big money maker for so long. So they are making money off of it. And that's why so few of them are in generic form. So, but I had the pleasure of dealing with some 90 plus people the last 2 days. I had a lady today, 98 years old, who's hitting on this 85-year-old at the assisted living facility. And I said, girl, she looked at me, she said, I'm a cougar. She said, but my grandson says I'm a, saber-toothed tiger, not a cougar. But one thing that I found is my healthiest seniors take very few prescription medications. They take mostly supplements. Some of them are not, you know, the best supplements, but at least they're doing something more than just taking their prescription meds.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, let's give Dr. Clorinda a hand for being ambassador and help on the spot. She's making it happen.
Yeah.
You know, the thing
What's
is,
up? That's what's up.
Great job. Great job.
Hallelujah.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Dr. Paul, can I just add something to the statins? And I will come back on one of the Zooms with further information with the statins, dealing with your cholesterol levels. Because many people don't know what they're looking at and don't know what they're reading. But even if you Google and look up, because I get my blood work done, I just scheduled to get it done again, you know, because it's time. But the doctors look and I tell them, okay, they're giving me, I can read my blood work and I know. But the important reading, because they look at either the LDLs or the HDLs.
LDL,
But you need to look at the ratio. The ratio is the important number that determines heart disease, not LDL and HDL. I will come back with more information, you know, when I do my more research, and I'll give it to you. But it's the ratio you want to look at.
That's right. See, what's happening is, you know, it's ultimately going back to that liver. You know, we spoke about the liver all the time. That's the one that's never talked about, which is this gunking up that liver. The liver is the balancer of everything. And if it gunks up that liver, it can't balance that HDL to LDL. Then the ratios, all these things, they got all these different variations of testing for cholesterol, but really we got to start to detox the liver. When you start to do things like the red yeast rice, some people mention that. I see some people mention that in the one of the chats there. But definitely there's so many other things that can do this. If you start to just focus on that liver, you're going to see some changes. I'm going to tell you, it's that oil. It's that oil every time. When we pull you off that oil, numbers come plummeting. Numbers come plummeting down. They plummet. And the doctors are like, what's going on? What are you doing? I left that oil alone, especially that canola oil. That's the one. That's the devil in disguise right there. Stay away from the canola oil. So
And it's everywhere.
Oh, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So just keep that on. That's like a car that's never had an oil change. You know, and it seizes up the engine. That's what's happening. It's, you know, cholesterol to a car would be a bad oil, no oil change. How about that? Just keep that in mind. All right. Okay, let's go. Yes.
Dr. Paul?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. All right.
Yeah, you still doing testimonials?
Yep. You got a testimony?
Yes, I have a testimonial. Number one, I'm alive today.
Well,
after last Wednesday at our Eid celebration,
yes,
2 warring groups came in with enough artillery that should have left a bloodbath. I mean, these were not just little guns that fire one shot at a time. They had artillery that would fire shots at a time. So I'm sitting here after having witnessed a miracle because I saw to it that nobody was killed. There was one guy that got shot and another in the stomach that was not part of the gang warfare, but there were the one that was the part of the gang warfare got shot by an officer, a woman officer, in the shoulder and in the leg. So I'm not falling for any more of these cops talking about I had to shoot to kill him because I was feared for my life. This young man was running and got shot. And she was able to shoot him in the arm and the leg. But my testimonial is that to me was a miracle that God gave us for a wake-up call. It woke me up. I had to order. I got this one bag that I'm using, and I bought another bag so I don't run out, because I said to myself, you don't know, you have to run. You have to run. I don't want to be the one that came from the helicopter on one day.
Yeah. Your mic went out.
Your mic is going out.
Is she going in and out? Oh.
Yeah, she's going in and out.
Your mic went out. Your mic went out. But Haraya, I don't know if did we lose her? Yeah, Haraya.
No, she's still there. We just can't hear her.
All right, Haraya. First of all, our prayers go out to the entire community. That was a travesty. And yes, it is a prayer that no one got. It was a blessing that no one got hurt out of that whole situation. And how things are just out of control. People are out of balance and mentally. Who would put this stuff together to show up at a peaceful ending? This is the ending of the Ramadan fast, right? It was the ending, and yet you want to bring all this artillery, preparing for problems or trouble. To do things. So we're going to keep the entire family.
They're not just going to Muslim affairs. They're going into churches and spiritual places. And so I'm just saying it shook me up so much. And rather than just doing my green drink in the morning, I'm doing it 2 times a day, because I'm saying I gotta get me together. If I have to run, I want to be able to run.
Amen. That's right. Amen.
All right, let's give Haraya a hand, y'all. Everybody.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate that testimony, Haraya. Yes, indeed.
It's good to be alive.
Congratulations.
Keep everyone in prayer.
It's good to be alive. It's good to be alive.
Yes.
Be encouraged.
Indeed.
It's discouraging because it makes you think twice about even going out now. You say, I got to think about going out. It's nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Go out anymore. You gotta watch yourself when you go pump gas, when you go into a store. You don't know what's going on. So you gotta plan these things out.
I went into a depression. I really went into a depression because I hadn't gotten there yet. My children and my grandchildren are there. But then after I turned my thoughts around, after I heard one of the imams speak, and he said, it's a miracle. And when I realized I had witnessed a miracle, God covered that whole area and protected everyone. And, I'm still in awe. So I was at first, really sad. And I mean, I'm still shook up. But what I'm saying is, when you see the work of God, my goodness, and just like I said, it could have been hundreds of people dead.
Yeah. That could have been a lot. That could have been very bad. So again, we got to keep your eyes out when you're going out to these events. You have to plan it out. And that, my father used to say this, Big B, a long time ago when we were little. He would always tell us, when you're going in places, first thing find out where the exit sign is. That's what he used to do.
I know that's right.
He used to always do that. When you go into a theater, when you go into the market, anywhere you're going to, anywhere, look for those exit signs. We don't pay attention to them, but yes, that's the first thing you got to be aware of. All right, so let's go to the next one. Anyone else have a testimony before we start off? Anyone? All right.
Okay.
Going once, going twice. Big B.
Hi, hey, hello.
Okay, are you ready?
Hi, this is Dita. And I got a testimony because I finally got on this family tree, and it's a blessing for me I've been distracted on Wednesdays, and I've been meaning to get on here, Dr. Paul. I'm going to get back up there to see you, but you are such a blessing. When I did come to see you, I wanted to bring you into the community. I told you I was going to set you up at the school to communicate to the community about health and our health, and how we are dying by not taking care of our health, and how it is so important. I just want everybody to get to know you, because you have been a testimony and a true blessing to me, and I've been a blessing to my family. So that's a testimony. Water by the source, buy crystal water and the green drink, and everything that you told me to do, I've been doing. So I can't wait to come back to see you so that you can get my readings and find out just how.
Yes. Let's give our sister a hand.
Yes.
Come on, mute, y'all. Come
All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Make a big
Congratulations.
Yes.
Yes, testimonies go a long way. Sometimes the things take time, but they start to manifest as we go along the way. And testimonies and things like we've talked about things for years. And some people come back and say, I remember what you told me years ago, and we got together years ago. A lot of the stuff is the same. I listened to someone who bought me. That was one of the ladies from the women's group. Came through about a couple of weeks ago. She had a book full of everything that we talked about, Big B, in the at the family, at the women's gathering. Gathering, but it's actually the natural woman class. And some of the stuff was like right now. I was like, what? Did I say that? I was like, wow. It just shows you things don't change, y'all. It doesn't change. It's about fundamentals. I'm going to come out with a class, and it's going to be an online class, and we're working on it right now. And it's going to be a holistic health fundamentals class. This is before you have anything that you got going on. I'm going to give an interactive. It's going to be a fundamentals holistic 101 class that I think everybody and every family should share with their family, because before you can get started on whatever you may be facing in a chronic condition, you got to make sure you're not breaking the rules. Breaking the rules means I got to have some stuff to live by. I got to have some rules to live by. When to drink water, when to not drink water. Am I going to the bathroom? Nobody's talking about this if you go to an allopathic. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's asking you, like grandma used to say, Big B, said, Little Paul, did you boo-boo today? He used to say that. She used to say that to me all the time. But guess what Grandma was preparing me for? She was preparing me for what? Cycles, rhythms,
exactly.
Yes,
indeed.
Even as a child, it was on my nerves. But guess what? She got me right and ready. Said, you know what, Grandma used to always talk about elimination all the time. Are you going to the bathroom? Always also drinking water, all these things. So I want to come up with that class. Make sure you're subscribed to the website. We're going to be rolling this out real soon because I think everybody needs to be a part of this and participate.
Most definitely.
All right.
Most definitely.
All right.
All right.
What we got?
Any more testimony? If
I have a testimony.
Sure, go right ahead, Linda.
Hi, it's Linda Paris Pace. I just wanted to share with you guys that 2 weeks into taking the green drink, I had dime size, black, it was black as your shoe, rings under my arm. And before I could even get to my doctor, because it takes forever now to get an appointment, it takes like a month sometimes. Within a week and a half to 2 weeks, every one of those rings disappeared. They were gone. Another situation where my right leg, anytime that I would stand for any period of time, if you're in the grocery store, whatever, it bothered me as though, you fall asleep on an extremity, and when it's coming back alive, that irritating feeling, I had that for many, many months, probably 6 or 8 months. Within a month of taking the green drink, gone. It is absolutely gone.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Give Linda a hand, y'all. Y'all got to come on. Everybody got to come on.
That's wonderful.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. With you guys.
Congratulations.
Yes.
So
That's
thank you, Dr. Paul, for what you did. I thank the family.
Thank you, Linda.
You're very welcome.
You're looking at, again, the highest hydrogen on the planet. If you have 150 trillion cells, each one has a little car engine. That car engine is hydrogen. So that's the ability for your body to say, am I building up or am I tearing down? That's your pH. So literally, we're trying to say how much life is in you. So if you're now depleting from these foods, these pesticides, these chemicals, all these things and pharmaceuticals and everything, pulling down your energy, pulling from each one of those trillions of cells, guess what? Sends you into a state of acidosis. So now when you're taking the highest hydrogen that God has given us, which comes from the two greatest sources, which what? Land and sea. It came from the land and sea. Put it in a way that your body can easily absorb, like a powder. And then immediately it becomes what's called bioavailable, which means I got to use no energy to get energy. That's awesome. So now I could be just downtrodden. I said I can't digest any food at all, or I have a blockage in my gut or whatever. But guess what? When you take a green drink, goes right into the system, now regenerates every cell of those 150 trillion cells. We call it quantum mechanics. Of quantum, meaning that when one cell gets it, it got to tell everybody else.
I know that's right.
Everybody else in the body got to know. I got to tell everybody. See, these cells know. I got to spread the word, y'all. Everybody gets it. Ain't that awesome? So congratulations, Linda.
Happy cells.
Thank you.
Happy cells. Happy cells. Full of oxygen and ready to rock and roll. That's what
I know that's right.
They're saying, thank you.
All
right. I'm just getting a little animated tonight, y'all. I'm excited because when I hear these testimonies, it makes me because I know that so many people are suffering and they need, real energy. And we are living on this northern hemisphere where we don't get a lot of anything. So when your body gets the chance to get real energy, your body says, well, I can do something with this. Woo, I can do something. Watch me now. I'm going to do something. So congratulations to you and to those that are taking the green drink and all the herbs and things that you're doing.
That's
all right.
And you got something. You really got something here with this green drink. I took my pH. I got the pH strips. I took my pH. It was 6 the first day I took it, and then the next day I took it. It was 7. So I'm not doing too bad. I'm not where I want to be. But I'm saying you got something here with this darn green drink.
Well, God be the glory, because I tell you, that's the one who set this up. I say that this was by God's inspiration. It's with a lot of prayer and meditation. These are the herbs that were put together directly through prayer. That was it. I say, Big B, I claim nothing of this, man.
Well,
Nothing.
I know that's right, buddy.
Nothing. Yep.
Yes,
all right.
Sir.
Thank you, Mariah. Thank you so
and
much.
Let me say this to Linda. Also, Linda, do this. Do this. You did the work, child.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, sir. Thank God for the energy, and you put the work in, and so we give it to you just like that.
Yes, yes.
I thank you. Yes, now I'm doing the colon cleanse. I took a month of the green drink, so I, like you said, go over to cleaning out the colon. Season has changed.
All right.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
All right.
All
like
right.
a baby now too. I sleep straight through.
Right.
Seriously, I go to sleep at 8. I wake up at 12. Now I can go to sleep at 7, and I don't wake up until it's time for Fajr prayer at 5 o'clock or whatever time it comes in the next morning.
All right.
Yes, awesome.
That's all right.
Awesome.
All
Keep
right.
up the great work. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
All right.
Any more testimonies, guys? Any more testimonies? All right.
Anybody
then, if not, Dr. Paul, we got a question over here that it's in here twice, coming from Val. It says, what's the best probiotic to take for IBS and reflux? How often should I do your colon cleanse?
Yeah, the best probiotic is the prebiotic.
Yes.
Remember, the prebiotic is what we do. Probiotics have been highly pushed, but remember, probiotics are coming from things that are, like bovine, which is, of course, the cow, bringing this back in this, the cow, or some level of fermentation or something out of balance. Remember, we are the probiotic. Remember, God gave us the prebiotic, which is the fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, seed. Who's the greatest converter? We are. We are the converters. So we convert. You shouldn't be eating anything that's already been converted. If it's been already converted, it's been destroyed. So that's not alive. That's dead. So that means that if you're taking probiotics, people get caught in this thing. I call it a vicious loop. And this vicious loop means that you're kind of like saying it did a little something and then all of a sudden it came back on me again. It did something and then it came back. That's because the body's saying you're giving yourself an intervention. That's an intervention. That doesn't belong here. Matter of fact, the body's saying, I'm supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be doing that. Matter of fact, this guy don't even belong here. He's from the mammary glands of a cow for a calf, not for humans. So you don't want to put an intervention. You have to train your body to go back to eating the prebiotics, which is the fruits, the vegetables, the nuts, the berries, the seed, complex carbohydrates, which is anything green, the green drink. Those are proteins. Yes. That's what you want to do. And yes, your body starts to convert that. So anything green is the answer to prebiotic versus probiotic. Got it? You are the converter. All right?
Okay.
All right. Let me let the less folks in, more folks coming in. Y'all showing up tonight.
Okay, while you're letting them in, we have another question here. This is from Vaughn. Says, what could be the issue if you have white spots on your lower leg?
White spots
on the lower leg, yes.
Yes. That's actually doing, we go into melanin production, and with melanin production, and this is across the board, we start to deal with the pineal gland. Spots on the skin, directly signs of liver, but also pineal, the stress. So we're looking at stress. So we got to look at the first thing that comes to mind. I always ask those, are you stressing out? Is there something going on with you? Because when that starts to happen, you start to see spots on the skin. Yeah, that's usually the first sign. So we try to get decompress, start to balance the pH, get your cumulative herbs and things that we deal with. And those cumulatives, there's a great, we say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. One of those is called Mind Care. It has Gota Cola in there, has the ashwagandha. Those are herbs that are cumulatives. The valerian root, the kava kava, okay, all the willow bark. These are all of the herbs that are cumulatives that help, and it helps to restore that level of skin. Now, when you're doing that, also, they're all liver cleanses. And it's interesting how everything keeps coming back to that liver every time. So with that, the pineal gland sometimes can calcify. Calcification happens with, again, exposure to certain things, not enough vitamin D. You know, if you're doing vitamin D, I would suggest everybody grab you that boron to go with your vitamin D. If you got your vitamin D, also grab the boron. Boron is a catalyst for vitamin D. It helps you absorb better. If you're someone that has had issues with the liver, though, I recommend not vitamin D3, but D2. That would be coming from the mycelium network. That would be the mushrooms or some other form. So, yeah, you got to ask probe questions when you see that, when it starts to cause, issues with skin, moving into calcification of the pineal gland, which moves into things like vitiligo, all those things. So that happens with stress. That means also on a spiritual level, you got to make sure you're operating in your principle. So if you're a man, you're operating in the male principle, female, operating in the female principle. I'm seeing a lot of women with this because a lot of women are dealing with the male work system. In the male work system, it really pulls a lot, because you're going in a male-dominated industry and you got to turn that, you got to switch gears. A lot of time that stresses out that female principle. So keep that in mind. All those things keep in mind. All right. All right, Big B, what you got there?
All right. How do you, this has to do with, hold on a second, about ADHD with children. How do you control that, Dr. Paul?
How do you control it?
Yeah.
I would just say,
or to help children who have ADHD.
Okay. Now, remember, that's a terminology that was just described. And I did a whole piece on ADHD one time, and it was based on the research of a German scientist. And he actually, here's the thing about it. He was about 99 then. He was about 99. They had a seminar over in Europe. And he was over there and he was like saying, they were going over to him saying, I think it was Dr. Enderlein or something like that. He said, Dr. Enderlein, we really appreciate your dedication to ADHD and all the things that you've done and all that. You know what he said, Big B? He said, no. He said, don't y'all put that on me. He said, that's not my intention was to give drugs. He said, I was just doing a research, evidence-based research to show, and I needed a term because this patients that I was dealing with weren't paying attention to me. So I had to put it in data of what are they doing? Why are they not paying attention? So I said attention deficit disorder. And they say, y'all took it and ran with it and put a drug next to it and made it a major thing. I don't take no blame to that. You got it?
Okay.
So my thing to say to the parents with the children, you got to keep them off of this sugar. It's a lot to do with the sugar. A lot of this refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. Got it? These things are spinning them out of balance. They're not getting enough nutrients. And then that's going to spin them in the wrong direction. The other one you got right now is the bioengineering. So you got that now coming in. So with all these things, you got to keep them hydrated. You got to keep the sugar, stop rewarding them with sugar, stop bringing it in the house, give them other ways of rewarding them, because that's usually what's causing the problems. It has to go back to that sugar. And then, of course, they can eat anything they want to, when they want to, the colors, the dyes, all that stuff that we talk about. You just got to protect your children now. And that means you got to watch the food choices that they're doing. So that's what I would say to that. When we start to move the children back to balancing, give them a green drink. That's what we do. That's what I started my son with. He was the one, Big B, that made it all happen.
Yeah, buddy, because he liked it or not.
Green, everybody that says they like the green drink, every time Jaron come on, y'all need to say, thank you, Jaron. Because Jaron was the one that said, after all the green drinks that we're going through, I said, I know people ain't going to like it because it's green. But if I know he was about, what was he? He was maybe about 6, 7, 8 years old. And I said, if he likes it, everybody gonna like it. So he became my beta tester. My beta tester. He was Big B. He was going like this for a long time. He was like this.
Yeah.
But a green drink is the thing now because Steve Harvey has one.
Yes,
and then he has that AG one. So everybody's getting into a green drink.
No,
now, here's the
a
Here's
green
the
drink, not
problem,
the
though.
green drink.
Now, this is my
Yes.
pet peeve with all of them. And the problem is you're putting probiotics in it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's the problem. And nobody's catching this. If anything, why are you putting a probiotic in something that's a prebiotic? You want to train the body to start to do what it's supposed to do. Now you're calling and bringing this intervention. It just makes people in another way never get truly corrected. And it makes them keep coming back to a product that's really not really, just keeps going in a circle. They call it
And that's the key. That's the key above it all. I want you coming back.
Yeah, it counters the productivity of the actual green itself. And then the other thing is they're mixing fruits and vegetables together.
Together,
At the same
yes.
time. You can't do that. You're
And they
breaking the
putting
rules.
sucralose all through it.
And maltodextrin. And maltodextrin. Sucralose, maltodextrin. I mean, I'm seeing some stuff in green drinks. I'm like, golly, what are y'all doing? It's overwhelming. It's too much. So y'all know what to look for. Y'all know what to look for. If you get any green drink, land and see, and make sure this doesn't have probiotics. That's it. If you just do that and just go with strictly water, you're gonna see your life change. You're gonna see your life change. Yeah.
You want more than any dog.
All right, let's go up to Gloria up in the corner. Gloria, can get you there? And then we'll come back to the chat. Go ahead, Gloria.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I thought Yvette was in front of me, but I guess she gave a testimony and
well, and then actually it flipped over. So as soon as you're done, we'll get to Yvette for a question.
Okay. All right. Good evening and grand rising, as Sister Neetha was saying, to everyone on the call.
All right, Gloria.
All right.
Yeah. Now, Dr. Paul, for the first time, I tried the super colon cleanse you have. And I decided to stop taking it because it said if you had like your bowels, your loose stool, and I experienced that. And I was thinking about this, even though I'm not taking you know how you would say take the golden seal, because but I'm not taking golden seal, but I was wondering, was there something else that I was taking? Because you said you don't have to do everything. And because I'm taking, I'll tell you what I'm taking. I have the PQQ, I have the CoQ10, hawthorn berries, garlic, and I have the cinchona.
Cinchona.
Cinchona. I always say that.
Now you saying you're doing hawthorn berry? You're doing hawthorn berry?
Yes, I stopped the burdock.
Right, you don't need to do hawthorn berry and cinchona. No, those are doing the same thing. Okay, so it's either or. Okay, cinchona is for rhythmic issues, and hawthorn is for building the heart, but never at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the burdock root that you said. Don't take that.
Well, remember, I gave you the option also. Yeah, cinchona is, that stuff goes by itself. That's a bark from a Brazilian tree. It don't need no help. That's the one right there. Yeah. So you don't take that with hawthorn because they both are frequency to the heart. Okay. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit today because that's really what I wanted to talk about a little bit today. And frequencies and of herbs, frequencies and vibration of herbs. So, okay, so definitely I would do that. Now, did you want to say something else?
Yeah, what I was basically concerned about was the loose stool. So I just wanted to tell you everything I was doing, along with the green drink, of course, and drinking my water. But I said something. I'm going to stop the colon. So so I guess I could stop it and start back after I make some adjustments. I didn't know what to do.
This is where your adjustments come in. That's exactly what it comes in. So, how many colon cleanses are you doing a day?
2.
Just 2. Just 2 all together, just in the morning, afternoon, evening, just 2 all day.
Yeah, 2. Yeah,
right.
I do it twice a day.
Right. So just back off one. You would just back off one. That's what you would do. That's when that's exactly what it's trying to say. It's that, some people's systems are now starting to move. And when they move, that's when you make the adjustments. See, when you start to move the system, remember the goal was what? A desired result. That means ultimately, if I eat, I must eliminate. Got it? That's the key. So if I'm eating 3 times a day, am I eliminating 3 times a day? If you're maximizing that, then you're okay. Then you probably just need 1 a day. Got it? So just keep that.
Yeah.
So I would back off to 1 till you get to the rest of your cycle. See, this is where the body started to train itself. See, the more you stay away from all the other stuff and just start to do the natural herbs, it starts to correct itself real quickly. So you may just need 1. Okay?
All right, I'll try to make those adjustments.
All right, Gloria, thanks so much.
But that's a good question. That's a great question, though, Gloria, because that's part of where we say to know thyself. You're managing. That's why I always say, everybody write down what's going on. When you're taking stuff, you got to take notes. And, if you're noticing some changes and those different changes, that's why we say get a pen and pad, because it also trains you to start to now dictate. You can have your phone if you want to. Take notes on your phone. Whatever you want to do, whatever works for you, but start to take notes when you're changing things and turning around. You got to pay attention to everything that's happening. If you notice that was perfect explanation there, Gloria, though. Thank you so much for that. That's excellent. But I would start to make adjustments. That's what I would do.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Very good. All right, Yvette, and then we'll go off to the side. Go ahead, Yvette.
Yes, Dr. Paul, I wanted to find out about the, I think it's called ionic foot bath, what the benefits, and there's some controversy as to whether or not it works, because there's something people are saying that that metal part that's in there, like the electrodes, creates corrosion, and that's where the color is coming from. It's not really coming from the body, because sometimes the color changes, like to browns and all kinds of gunk gets inside the water.
I understand what they're saying, but I'm gonna tell you now. This is what this is. A lot of people want to get you away from this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta understand. That's what they want to get you away from it. Whenever you can have 2 people sitting right next to each other. Okay.
Yeah.
If that was true, then they should both be doing the same thing. They should come up with the same color, right?
Yes.
But that's not the case. You can see 2 people right next to each other. You're gonna see different things out of both of them. See, the foot bath is an ionized bath of water, and it's taking again polarity and charge. The concept is of male and female principle. So when you take that water, which has an alkaline water, and you send a charge through it, now it starts to pull under each foot. You have about 3,000 pores, 3,000 to 4,000 pores under each foot. So now you're accelerating the activity of drawing. So now it pulls out of your feet. And then with the color turns, all you got to do, when people are looking for what this does and all this does, all you got to do is ask the person. That's all you got to do. Because the person will come back and say, you know what? I got home and I was still detoxing. Yep, because 48 hours after you take a foot detox, you're still detoxed. So you're pulling these things out and people are feeling better. Ultimately, we got to watch a lot of the things that we hear and the things that we see. Ultimately, try to do the best, get the information. So when you go get a foot detox, make sure the person is handling things correctly. I always recommend going over to see my favorite foot detox person. That's Dr. Ethel Wilson. Dr. Ethel Wilson. I don't know if she's on, but I try to get her on so much. I try to get her on so much. She says, well, you go ahead, boy.
Dr. Ethel playing hooky there.
So do you have to be certified in that? Because my friend is an esthetician in the Midwest, and she's thinking about adding that as on the menu of things that her customers can use.
No, not really. Just basically it's nothing really to do other than keeping the balance of the solution in the water. And then you basically, provide, there's no certificate or anything that has to be done. I'm sure that would help if you knew somebody that was doing that, if you just want to be on point, but there's no certification that I know of that actually has to do that, because you can buy them yourself. You can go right on Amazon and buy one for yourself.
Can you put Dr. Ethel Wilson's information in the chat and maybe say the name? Well, if you could say the phone number, if you can verbally say it.
Sure,
as
because
well?
I got folks that are on phones, so definitely we want to make sure that they're up to date on it. So Dr. Ethel's number is 610-585-0493. And I can just stand for as a witness. I've seen people take them and come out totally different people. Same thing with colonics, same thing with infrared or far infrared saunas. It works. It just works. But there's a lot of people that would be, very intentional on trying to keep people in a state of panic and fear. Got it? You can't be fear in this thing.
How
These are
often should
only
you get one?
as often as you need to. You can get one every other week, something like that. I would think for each person it's different because it's based on how toxic the person is. Some people are more toxic than others. I do recommend you get a consultation first before you do a colonic. Okay, that usually with Dr. Ethel will probably sit down with you and start talking about what are some of your goals, what are your accomplishments, some of the things, your chronic conditions, because she'll set up a game plan. When you're doing a colonic, it takes more than just one. You take a series of those because just like anything, can y'all see me like here? Can y'all see me? You're taking off layers. You're taking off layers and layers. That is usually if someone is a meat eater and they've been eating a long time, you got to take off layers, but you have to take it off little at a time. So that's what that's for. Yep. All right. Now, also preparation for things like colonics would be green drinks, but also colon cleanse and parasite cleanse. We say keep it moving. So those are the things that we kind of do. And give Dr. Ethel a call. She'll be glad to hear from you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you,
thank
Yvette.
you,
Appreciate
Yvette.
you.
Let me remind Dr. Cole, there are a lot of questions that are in the chat. And let me say this to you guys. This is the time when I say to you, make sure you get a copy of the chat. Why? Because sometimes if we don't get to it, Fingers is doing a masterful job, guys. But she's answering a lot of the questions. We want her to know how much we appreciate that. Because you know what? Dr. Paul and I miss a lot of things because we're trying to keep our eyes on certain things. You know what I'm saying? But she is doing an awesome job. And so I just wanted you to know that.
Everybody come off mute for
That's right.
Prophetess.
And let Prophetess know how much we appreciate it.
All right,
Yeah.
Prophetess.
That's exactly right.
Fingers.
Keep up the good
All
work.
right. Good job. Good
Thank you,
job.
Prophetess.
Yes.
Prophetess.
Yes, sir.
Great job.
Yep. That's important, Dr. Julie, because
Thank
I'm
you.
looking at what's in front of me. And I always have to turn my head over here and take a look at what's going on YouTube. And she's doing both those at the same time
She
and
on
still
both,
answering
man.
questions.
She on both platforms. Go ahead,
A
girl.
lot of stuff going on here, guys.
She bad with the frames too. She chilling over
I
there.
know that's right. She ain't joking, y'all. What can I tell you?
Hey, Prophetess, I'm gonna put you on spot. I'm gonna put you on spot. Come off mute. Come off mute, Prophetess.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
now tell folks what's going on tomorrow night. You know about tomorrow night, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
tell
night.
family what's going on tomorrow night.
Family, Dr. Paul will be our guest at Eagles Nest Christian Fellowship. We would be doing our health and fitness class with Dr. Paul. So it's not a lot of people. It's not as big as the Wednesday night forum. So if you have questions that you did not get a chance to ask
in person,
ask the question and it didn't get answered, tomorrow night would be a very good place to try.
And we're going to have a good topic tomorrow too. We're going to have another topic. We're going to have always interesting topics and things that come up. So I'm going to come up with something good for tomorrow. All right. So definitely.
What time? So, excuse me. So, in the chat box, which I will post again, is it 7 to 7:30? I can't never remember. We have praise and worship when you come.
I think it's you're gonna get me in trouble. You're gonna get me in trouble. I don't even know what time.
7 just to be on the safe side.
And the best thing to do is be at 7 o'clock. I promise. How about that?
Yes, just be there at 7 o'clock.
Oh, 7:30. Joe said it's 7:30. He said 7:30. Yeah, 7:30.
Oh, okay. Is Joey on here tonight?
No, he's not on tonight, but he's texting me.
Oh, wonderful. Good. So it's 7:30 and the Zoom ID number is 455-973-2821. That's 455-973-2841. And I will repost it
in the chat box. Again, I'm actually posting it now, so you can grab it if you did not catch the number. And look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Yes,
wonderful,
yes.
wonderful.
And then, you know,
See?
and this is a different, it's a different, you know, I always give a thanks to the Eagles Nest and Pastor Halsley and Pastor Teresa for, you know, and Prophetess over there, at least, you know, because, you know, y'all have set the ground to say take flight for so many people, including that was the first office I was located at. And that they just embraced the whole men's gathering and all the things we did. So I applaud the Eagles Nest and all that you've done. And, you know, let me tell y'all a little quick story. I'm going to put her on blast right now. When I first came in, Pastor gave me the key one time, right? He gave me the key. And this was after y'all heard him tell the story about the key. So the first day I used the key for the very first time, I walked in. And Prophetess Lisa was standing at the front door saying, "Excuse me, who are you?"
You gotta guard the door, boy.
He's a sergeant. He's a sergeant of
I said, I'm Dr. Paul. I ain't never heard of you.
See? That's like, what's up. See?
I said, Pastor gave me the key. I don't know if he ever gave me the key to nobody. I ain't never seen the key. He gave me a hard time, baby.
That's a good thing.
And
that's
luckily,
a good thing.
Luckily, Pastor came in and saved me. I said, "Oh, he are. Oh, okay, you all right then." So I was like,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Trouble. I would have been trouble, boy. So thank you so much, Prophetess. We love you. Thank you so much for all you do.
We love you too.
And it's gonna be a pleasure. And we'll sit tomorrow and we'll talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. All right?
You know what? Hey, look, guys, listen. That area over there is what brought Dr. Paul out again.
Yes.
Okay, Apostle. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yes,
Had it not been for that, we would not be where we are today as the team that God put together, because we sure didn't ask for this.
That's right. You got that right.
So I'm just grateful for that. Amen. Amen. Okay, listen. Hey, here we go, guys, real quick. Now, this is interesting, Dr. Paul. Lots of people, and then we'll get to Kimberly. Lots of people are taking semaglutide for weight loss. They're saying there's indications that it helps heart and could possibly help with dementia. Dr. Paul, what do you think about, quote unquote, those injections?
Yeah, which one are you talking about? You said Ozempic?
No, this is semaglutide.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay, that's Ozempic, right?
That's it.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm telling you. They're gonna move from one to the other. This is the new thing now. The fad now that I can make a lot of money is, you know, this thing about weight loss. Now we also know, I always tell folks, you know, this is the quick fix. They're trying to get people quick fixes so that they can still continue to eat the way they want to eat, to do what they got to do without having to do a proper lifestyle. This is all, I say, tricks of the trade. You know, I don't recommend any of it, because ultimately when the person loses weight, the first question comes to me, how did you lose the weight? Did you lose it properly, or did you lose it in distress, which means you're not healthy? You're probably malnutrition. So in most cases, people are losing the weight, but let me tell you, at what cost are you doing it? I always say you have to go back to what's really happening. Usually the gut is blocked. When people get on the ARM3A, I can see it right away. Insulin resistance blocked. That means thick, creamy, anything that pours slow, stay off of it. That's it. Creamy meaning things like pasta sauces, things like you know, the what's the other one, Big B, we always talk about? The Alfredo sauces, the things that are concentrated, the hydrogenizations, the fermentation. See, there's so much. And guess what all that stuff does? It has nothing to do with the quality of your food. It's just to keep it on the shelf longer. That's all. That's all it is. This stuff is just processed to keep it on the shelf longer. And that's it, you know, so that we can make it more. That's it. All of these things are processes or byproducts of stuff that's not really food. We call it junk food, but you can't even verify it as junk food anymore because it ain't food. This is actually not food. So to say that, I would say get into a healthy lifestyle as opposed to health gimmicks. That's what I got to call it what it is. And I know our sister Oprah got up there and told everybody that she loved it and she lost the weight. But my question is, stop getting into fads, y'all. Get into healthier lifestyles of living. That means watch the certain foods. You can do it. I got people that come in every day. They change their life, losing weight, doing all kind of stuff. But it's got to know what the game plan is. So I'm going to have a class on that too. I'm going to have a weight loss class. I'm going to definitely do that one.
Well,
that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a real good one.
But Dr. Paul, they even say on all those plans to be coupled with healthy diet and exercise plan.
Now, what's that mean? Yeah, right. You gotta. I would ask for a definition of that. Because if they give me that, I'm gonna roll with that, and I probably won't need this.
Well, I know that's right. That's exactly right. Exactly right.
I remember seeing. I remember one of the when you get the the weight reduction, and you get the the issue. What was the one? I'm trying to figure out what specific surgery it was with
bypass or the sleeve.
It was the sleeve, I believe it was. It was the sleeve, I believe. And I had a person that came in, and it was interesting because after they got it done, they say, well, after I got it, now this is what I have to do for the next 3 months. And I got to take these Jello shots. And I said, okay, well, let me see it. Then they pull them out like a tray, like, one of the trays, one of the trays, like the cafeteria trays. Right. They're in little cups. And they're Jello, and they're green.
Oh, my.
And I said, wait a minute. What's in this? Oh, it's just a whole lot of amino acids and green drinks and stuff like that from land and sea. I said, well, why didn't you just do that to begin with? And you didn't have to get the surgery. That's exactly what I told them. They looked at me like, yeah, why didn't I do that? I said, that's because they're not telling you. That's the key to it all. You should have never had that done. You could have just took the greens. And the greens would have balanced the gut out, and then therefore you wouldn't have to do that. But that's the miscommunication or transference of information. It's philosophies that we're dealing with. We're dealing with different worlds of philosophy. We are the nature's path, natural path, the nature's path, nature's way. We want to go with the body. Don't go against the body. Go with the body. That's the key.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Kimberly Santos. You're next. You're up.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to say I took the knife. So I had the bariatric procedure before I was introduced to the family tree. But now that I know about the family tree, I just bought the green drink. And I want to know what can I do I don't want to have the panicolectomy, or if I'm saying that correct. That surgery. I'm sorry. Yeah, what can I do to tighten the skin? And I also had a question about the comfrey root. I was hoping to make a tea out of the comfrey, but when I read it said it causes liver cancer and liver damage.
Ooh, let me tell you, that comfrey, boy. Let me tell you what's going on, y'all. Because y'all hear this, right? Y'all hear this conversation, right? Already, this is what they put out there. And this was one of the first herbs that they went after, because people started taking comfrey, specifically exactly what she's asking for, which is like, how do you tighten the skin? That's comfrey. Comfrey is one of the main herbs that tightens the skin. It balances what's called magnetism. Magnetism with the muscle is when you lose magnetism. You ever feel that, underneath the bottom of the arm, you get a little sag going, things like that. Well, that means it's just lost magnetism. That's all. So that's what comfrey does. Comfrey's always been known as the herb of might. Herb of might. That means that the ancient Israelites used to use this to chew on the bark of the comfrey or eat the root or everything to tighten the skin. So when they used to go in battle, you couldn't cut them. You couldn't cut them. They couldn't cut you because it would slide off of you because the skin was so tight. That's what it was used for. But it also has another property of high iron and magnesium. So that means it's very good for bone density. And when people start to take it, it starts to be good for bones, joints, ligaments, connective tissue. It starts to regenerate bone marrow. So when they started doing all this stuff, they said, you know, people are starting to take the comfrey and they don't need a hip replacement no more.
I was just going to say that.
I don't need anything to prepare this fracture I had. I had a fracture and they talking about screws. I started taking the comfrey. It mended back itself. I didn't need it.
Well,
so
excuse me.
Doing all of these things, and then they said, we got to get rid of this comfrey. So they came up with a study. And here's what the study. They did a study and said that this study is going to be based off of, we're going to give these rats this comfrey. And the way you pull it off the market is to make sure that we prove that it's bad for you. So what did they do? They gave it to the rats, and they gave it to a degree where they said, oh, the rats' kidneys or the liver failed. So now that shows it's a bad herb. But here's the point they never told us. They never told us that they didn't give, they gave the rat the actual comfrey, but they didn't give it water. That's exactly what they did. They never gave it water. So when they didn't give it water, remember, I told you always what? If you're taking herbs, it's going to demand water. The very fact that the liver failed shows that it was working, but it was looking for water. Not only water, but the right water. See, that's the biggest problem. So now they said, all right, we're going to remove all comfrey off the market. Matter of fact, you can still take it, but it cannot be in combination with any other herb. And if you do use it, you can't take it internally. You can still sell it, but you can't put it in a form of either combinations or you can't take it internally. But you can soak in it. That's what they told us.
It's going in anyway. That's so crazy. That's insanity.
Now here's where they never want to ask a brother like me that. Because the first thing I'm going to tell them is, wait a minute. If you soak in it, you absorb it more, and by soking in it, then you would be taking it, because your skin is the largest organ in the body. So as you see, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So again, this is the industry trying to move people away from it, because it was putting really a big dent in that industry, because people were taking it. And I mean, hip replacement, knee replacement, broken bones, meniscus tears. I can tell you about a dozen issues with men that I've dealt with that had meniscus tears from sports injuries. They said, I just wrapped that thing around my knee, man, and that thing came right on back. And then also the young football players, they come in and they have what's called jam necks. When they're playing football, the young boys have jam necks. So what they do is we take the comfrey. You can take a white towel. This is for anybody. Take a white towel. Make sure it's white, no color, no dyes, right? You get that comfrey, get that. Just do what they tell you. Get some soaking. You can soak it. Take that herb. Get you one of them big balls. The big ball steepers. You ever see them big ones?
Yes.
Put about 5 tablespoons in there to a pot of about somewhere in the neighborhood of about a 32-ounce pot of water. And you boil that down for about 15, 20 minutes. Got it? And then when you take that out, let it cool. When it gets hot enough that you can handle it, I want you to take that white towel, put it in there, and let it soak. When it soaks and you're able to pull it out, wrap that around your knee, wrap it around your shoulder, wrap around anything you got going on that's a problem. And that comfrey is going to push right into that joint. I guarantee you, it's going to push right in there. People put it around their lower backs. So it's that back issues. Put it on the knees, put it on the ankles. It brings down swelling. It also is very good for hernias. Everybody have hernias. You can use those wraps. Those hernias, you can use wraps around it. Tightens up the skin. It's excellent for men who have inguinal hernias in the lower right and the left side that can draw it back up into the intestines. So it's a million things that comfrey does, and that continuously is always said, and I laugh every time. They say, well, just soak in it and see what happens.
So it's still on the market?
Oh, yeah. Comfrey ain't going nowhere because it's a natural herb. You can't ban what grows out the earth.
Is that brand safe, Dr. Paul, that I put in the chat? I put a picture of it. Thank you.
Dried nuts.
Let me see. I don't see it. Let me see.
It says comfrey dried cut leaves by Solo
That's it.
Therapy.
Long as they ain't sprayed, you
Yeah.
good. You good.
I have Dr. Christopher's comfrey ointment, and I use it because it helps with pain. I have the black ointment from Dr. Christopher and the comfrey, and I put it on my right knee because I've had a torn meniscus since 2013, and I did not do so. So I put it on there. I'm beginning to have some problems with my joint, with my right knuckles and hand, probably because we're using it in tendonitis. I rub it on there, and it really helps take the pain away.
Let me tell you, the first thing people see, they talk about the mite in your hand. Remember, that's called the herb of might. And it tightens you up, man. Let me tell you, you're going to feel strong. You ever had somebody come out of the hospital and they don't know what to do? That's what you give them. Give them some comfrey tea. Give them some comfrey tea. They're going to get their strength back real fast. That's what I always recommend. Yeah. Ain't that something? See how they throw that curveball at y'all? And y'all just...
Yeah. Can I tell you one other thing, Dr. Paul? I'm sorry. I bought the Shilajit. I bought the top quality brand, and I've been taking 1 tablespoon, 1 little dip each day, and I've been like Energizer Bunny. So thank you.
I tell you, the Shilajit is no joke. Yes, it's no joke.
Man.
That's a catalyst.
Dr. Paul, you're a natural balance drink. I don't know. And like you said, everyone is different. But I may get sleepy, but as they say, I don't feel no ways tired.
Well, excuse the health out of me. Go ahead now. Well,
that sounds like a gospel song right there.
It is one.
I ain't touching that with a 20-foot pole.
Like an amen up in here.
Hallelujah.
That sounds like a testimony to me, prophetess. What that sound like to you?
I know. I hear the moaning. I hear those mothers moaning.
Where I started from.
Well,
that's
hallelujah.
That's right. All right, what we got now? This is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. All right, let me stop right there, Big B.
Sure,
I want to go into this piece. We're gonna take a little
break.
Why
don't you take it? We're at 8:40 anyway, so do what you got to do, and then we'll get to new
questions. All right. A lot of, and then this is asking the question. You hear me talk about a lot of herbs. You might say, Doc, you talk about this herb, you talk about that herb, you talk about that herb. I don't know what herb to take. There's so much going on. So here's the thing I want to relate to you. Everybody go on mute. Everybody go on mute for me, all right? I want to just get attention on this one. And you really don't know. People say, I hear you talk about all these herbs, but I don't know what herb is this or that. First of all, you need an assessment to find out what herbs work for you. But then you might say, wow, this herb said this for your eyes. They said this one's for your hair. This one here is for your knees. This one's for your liver. This one's for your pancreas. This one's for the kidneys. How does it know? How does it know where to go? And that goes back into the topic of the day. I want to talk about how your body is based off of balance of frequencies, right? And vibration. Frequencies, vibrations, tone, and color. Did you know that every bone in your body has a frequency, a vibration, a tone, and a color? Isn't that amazing? If you can't see God, you ain't looking.
You ain't looking. I know that's right.
God, you ain't looking. That means that when you are frequencies, even your spine, you remember we talked about the spine. You remember we talked about the spine and how you can go up every vertebrae of the spine, and each one of them has a frequency, a vibration, a color, and a tone. Got it? So that means that all of this, the real and only first piano is your spine.
Wow. Okay.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. That's it. That's you.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? Wow. So you can go like this, and I'm going to prove it to you. I want you to do like this. Say, I want everybody to just go, do.
Do.
Try to hold it. Try to hold it. Try to hold it. Y'all come off mute. Y'all come off mute now. Come off mute. If somebody tuning in for the first time, they like, what's going on in here?
They all lost it. That's what's happening.
All right, so I want you to say it. I want you to say do. All right, just get quiet. Sit in your chair. Sit in your chair. I want you to relax. Say do. Now my question is, where do you feel that vibration? Where do you feel it? Where do you feel it? Keep doing it. Keep doing it until you feel it. And then if you feel like you know, I want you to tell me, where do you feel that? Where do you feel it?
Mine is top of my stomach.
In
My stomach.
Yeah. How about that? In your stomach.
my neck,
Feel it.
vocal cords, my neck.
Okay.
Left side.
Do you feel it? Do you feel it?
Yes.
So what you're feeling has everything to do with this chakra system. And this chakra system is based off of you feeling where you feel it should be in that lower chakra. That's your root chakra. That should be right around that stomach area. You feel it down there? Who felt it around the stomach area? Who felt it around the stomach area? Right.
Yeah.
Yep, right around that area. So right around in that area, you're going to feel that chakra right in that lower area. So that's do, re. Now the next one is re. Got it? Doesn't it feel like it went up a little bit? Feel like it went up a little bit?
Yes.
My
Okay.
chest.
Yes.
It's actually a little bit in right in your solar plex area, right around your navel area, so around there. So it's moving up. This will tell you how clear you are. Yeah, this will tell you if you're clear or not. Is Dr. Eloise in here? Is Dr. Eloise in here tonight?
I haven't seen her. No, I've not seen her yet.
Man, she could chime in on this one big time. That's the Reiki. Oh yeah. But anyway, you're going through this now. So Ray, me. Yeah, feel it, feel it.
Yes.
Sound like it feel like it's going up? Right?
Around my clavicle. Like somewhere.
So I feel it.
Right. Next one is what? What's the next one?
Make my
majors. Got it? As you see, the point, I don't have to go through the whole thing, but the whole point is that you can feel those areas are vibrating based off of where those bones are fine. They have a vibration, they have a frequency, they have a tone. And if you look at them under a certain spectrometer, they got a color. Isn't that awesome?
Wow.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow.
So that means that now our plant life is tuned the same way. Did you know that? Did you know that plant life itself, where it grows in the earth, it pulls from the earth the nutrients and everything that we need. So technically, we're just plants that have the ability to walk around.
That's exactly right.
That's all we can do. But really, the real plant has the ability to grab down out of the earth the energy, because we can't just eat dirt. Y'all know that, right? Even though some people probably ate dirt when they were little. But you actually, when you pull that plant, we can't eat dirt. So the plant does it for us.
Yes.
Pulls it out. We eat the plant. Now we got it. So each plant has a vibration, a tone, and a frequency. And that's where these herbs come from. So let's take something like the dandelion. You've been told the dandelion is what?
One.
A weed,
man.
We tell you it's a weed. Matter of fact, we're gonna build a whole campaign off of killing weeds to sell our pesticides. Matter of fact, we're gonna make it that dandelion. So every time you see that commercial with that Roundup and the Pro Ranger and stuff, there's only one they keep killing, and that's the one what?
Dandelion.
Dandelion.
Because that thing keeps popping up everywhere. That thing keeps popping up, and it keeps getting in the middle of my lawn. I got all this green, and then boop, it come a dandelion pop up.
Yeah, and now they got a big lawsuit. Now they got a big lawsuit talking about if you sprayed a Roundup and you got some kind of cancer or something from it.
Lymphoma. Yes, you got lymphoma. Exactly. The brother won it. Dwayne Johnson, the brother. Dwayne Johnson, not The Rock, but Dwayne Johnson won a $74 million case. Off of that. So what's happening is now that dandelion has the ability to grow, and it actually has a certain frequency and vibration and energy. And that's when it matches that area of your organ, which in this case would be the liver and the kidneys. There you go. There it is. Ain't that awesome? That's awesome. Same thing with burdock root. That's another one.
Yes.
Towards specifically for the vibration of that area. So that goes to the liver. Things like eyebright. Eyebright. You remember the herb eyebright? Well, they gave it its name eyebright because its frequency what? For the eyes. It goes right to the eyes. Got it? It goes right to where it needs. So when it goes into the body, Big B says, all right, what you go? Who are you? All right. Like Prophetess told me, she said, right this way. You're gonna go this way. You're gonna go that way. And it tells through quantum balance of information, which means when one cell realizes something, all of them realize at the same time. It's quantum mechanics. That's the amazing thing about. That's why people say it just touched my tongue and I got sick. Oh, just putting it on my tongue and I got sick because quantum mechanics says that once it touches one, it touches all of your entire body. Isn't that amazing? So with this, that's when you say that's why it knows. It knows where to go. People say, well, how does it know? That's how it knows. Its frequency, vibration, its tone, and color matches specifically going directly to those herbs, to those areas. Got it? So you know the colors also. We did the colors of the chakra. All of that matters. It is frequency, vibration. Isn't it interesting that alkaline is the highest color, right, in the spectrum when it comes to food? And what color is that? Purple.
Purple.
Right? Purple. Yeah, purple. And guess where purple is in your chakra?
This is Dr. Burton Shannon. I'm scheduled to do your in-home medical evaluation tomorrow.
Mute yourself. There you go. Right.
She's on call right now.
I know that's right.
So where is that purple one? What chakra is that? That's your pineal gland.
Pineal gland.
Yes, absolutely. Isn't that amazing? So now when you seeing these herbs and you seeing the red onion and the purple, or the purple, it's actually red, but on the inside is purple. That means it's higher vibration, higher energy. So how does it know? It knows because it's in balance with the earth. So keep that in mind. All right. So you can go and you can look at all of those different things. You can look at all those different, when you go into the vegetable section and in the fruits and vegetable section, you can almost tell what organ is good to based on the frequency and the vibration of the color itself. So remember the colors. Let me see. Do we have that colors chart? Prophetess, we got a colors chart for the chakras. You know where that one is? Let me see if I can find that.
I don't know. Let me look.
I don't know if we have that. Do we have the limb?
No, I don't. It's on your website.
No, I don't think so.
If I can pull it up, I'm going to show y'all where that is. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. Well, let's go to back to the callers. Oh, here it is. 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 Right here. Got it. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's see. I'm going to bring this up. I want to show you. Here's the colors. So this is important. This is important. Big B, where are you? Get this out of here. I'm going to go to share. I'm going to share. Let me know when y'all can see this, okay? Let me know when you see this, all right? Can you see it? Where are we?
Yep.
See it?
We can see it. Yep.
Okay, so you see what's going on here. See right here? Don't that look like fruit and vegetables, y'all?
Well,
the color of fruits and
yes,
vegetables.
it does.
So when I eat an orange or I eat some greens, it's affecting right here. It's good for your
Have mercy.
the greens. If you got the yellow, anything yellow in the fruits and vegetables, what? Lemons. It's good for the pancreas. It's good for digestion. That's why they say it's good for your for liver cleanse. It's right here. But it also stimulates on the spiritual level. It stimulates what? Personal power, self-will. That's what that little tartness of that lemon or a lime does. It's caught between here. That's why we always say the lime is a little bit better, because the lime is what? Right here. Got it? Got it. All right. Y'all seeing this, right? Y'all seeing this now. Remember, you got the all you got to do is match the color to what you're looking at, and it tells you what it's good for in that region of the body.
You need to hit that way.
Is that on a website that you can give us to look at?
Yep, it's right on the website.
It's on the website.
It's on the website.
Oh, your website. Your website.
Yep, it's on my website. Right. Yep.
Dr. Hall, make sure you send it to me tonight, so that when the folk ask for the chat, I can put it in there as a part of the chat.
Right. And what I was telling you about the purple, you got the purple and the violet right here. That's it. So when you open up an onion, the red onion, the outside looks like this, but when you open it up, it looks like this.
Yes, sir.
Man, ain't that interesting? Boy, I'll tell you, you can't see God, you ain't looking. Y'all need to something at your throw something at your screen right now. Just throw something at your screen.
Can I chunk something on my screen?
That's right. Eat the rainbow.
Eat the rainbow. That's right. That's right. But this is what's amazing. No matter what you're doing with that, you're matching the frequency, the vibration, the color, and the tone.
Wow.
So that's what's amazing with it. So I can also go through the tones. You remember we talked about the vibration and the frequencies for each one. So each one you can get frequency tones. So if you're having problems with your liver, you're going to be somewhere around here, right around this area right here, right around here. Because this is also dealing with what? This is assimilation, muscle, digestion. That's the solar plexus, pancreas. And then when you go to T1 through T5, that's usually where most people have heart issues, right in here. Electromagnetic field generator, blood pressure, immune system. That means you're not getting enough greens. That's why the first thing when you take a green drink, this is what comes around right here. This starts to balance out faster than anything, because it's frequency first for that area, T1 through T5. Got it?
Boy, if you don't see him, you ain't looking.
You can't see, you ain't looking. I'm telling you.
You know what, Dr. Paul? They say don't eat the white foods. I don't see no white on there.
You better stop now. You better stop.
Since he's trying to start trouble.
The white flour, the white sugar, the white this, the white that. I don't see none of that on there.
That's right, because it's processed. It's been refined. It's been refined. It's been stripped of everything. That's why. That's the point. That's a good point. That sounds like Cynthia. Is that Cynthia?
Yes, Cynthia.
That's
Cynthia. I told you about to start trouble. Cynthia's starting trouble.
Yeah.
Dr. Paul, can you give me another health store to go to? And is your green drink sold in another health store other than Wayne?
Yeah, they're actually you have ACAB, but I would tell you, you can always go online. Just set it up to go online. Yeah, go online. You can go online and you can auto ship. Most people are on auto ship right now. It automatically goes to them every month. So you don't have to wait and try to get to the store and wonder about if you got it in there, if there's enough there, because they go fast. And Shakira, they will tell you, they buy a lot of it. But it goes so fast. As soon as they come in, people buy 5-6 bags at a time, and it goes really fast. That's why I say just go online. I always make sure that we're online, and it ships like in a day and a half. You get it like in a day and a half.
I get mine in 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days max. 2 days max. And usually that's, died. We've been specifically doing that because we can't control what stores order or when they want to order. Or they'll say that they don't send any, no, they didn't order anything. So that's the whole point. We got to keep up with it, but go directly to the site and you can order it directly from there. But this is just something I always want to reinforce, that it's all about energy, vibration, frequency, and tone and color. Look at all the things. Look at the wonderful things. Now, I'm going to give you one more, and this one's for the road. Yesterday, I was going outside. Was it yesterday or the day before? And I was going out. No, it was Monday. And I looked up in the sky, and there was a rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
that like
that's God again in that order? In those colors. Look at the colors.
And those colors. That's exactly, and they're going to be, when you see a rainbow now, you're going to see it in that exact order. You're going to see that exact order. Well, you might have to pull off the side of the road, Big B.
Well, what can I tell you? And just stop and say, thank you,
hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. As grandmom used to say, have your way, Lord. Have your way.
Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir.
Have your way, Lord.
Yes, sir. All day long.
But that's the same order. I would sit there and I made Jaron look at it. I said, now look at here. Look at that. And then when it repeated in the same
opposite
order.
That's right.
You know, and you have a double rainbow.
Yeah, buddy.
Double rainbow in the same order.
Yep.
That is so amazing.
Take a picture of it.
All you gotta do is pull up a rainbow on the internet. Pull up a rainbow.
Yeah.
Anywhere on the internet, you're gonna see that very chain right there. That's what it's gonna look. It's gonna blow your mind. Ain't that amazing?
Yes, sir, buddy.
Know that everything is working in order. Everything is vibration. Even when that sunlight hits the rain, and that rain now reflects that light and the energy, you're gonna get those colors.
Yeah,
Isn't that
man.
amazing? That looks like you. That look like you up in the sky.
I know that.
All right, that's enough. I'm done. I'm done.
All right, buddy. My.
Don't be in a chair.
And nothing but a shout. Nothing but a shout. All right, I'm done. All right, let's go back to the folks. Let's see who we got here.
Okay.
Like, no, he's not playing.
Look, that's it, man. We're at the tail end. So we're at this point. Since we're at this, and by the way, somebody already put the chart in the chat, guys. So you make sure when you get your copy, okay, of the chat for tonight, it's going to be in there because it's already in the.
Somebody already put it in there. Yeah,
it's already there. So let me just say this to you. Since I got a minute, let me snatch it and say, listen, you want to get a copy of tonight's chat, guys? What do you got to send an email to me, Bill Morgan. That's Bill BILMORGAN. What? No, you send it to mechavideo@gmail.com. Send it to mechavideo@gmail.com to get a copy of tonight's chat. And of course, guys, to continue to support the family tree, what do? You use my Cash App. That's $BILMORGAN. That's again $BILMORGAN. And you want to continue to support through your bank, you use Zelle. That ID number is Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com. Or you use the P.O. Box over here in Mullica Hill, that P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Guys, you got to do it to get the info. Guys, you want to stay alive, come to the treat. This is where you got to come every week. Yes, sir.
All right, Big B. I want to thank you, Big B, buddy.
Always, man.
Without a doubt, man. First off, we're going to head on out because I got to get some things taken care of today. But did you learn anything this evening, y'all?
Always, man.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. I want to say
Thank you.
Yes, and I want to say too, let's give out a shout out for Prophetess over there who put
always,
it out.
Man. Yeah, buddy.
Stuff over there, her hands is smoking, Big B.
Yeah, buddy. She be
so fast, I can't say it, man.
Yes, Prophetess. Thank you. Thank you.
And without a doubt, we want to give the
good night, everybody.
Big B, Bill.
Well. Gotta keep it rolling. Yeah.
Great sense of humor, Big B. Love you.
Big B. What do you mean? That's him. He ain't no sense of humor. That's him normally. He does that all
That's ever. Can you take it?
Every day. What y'all don't hear is like when we're on commercials, it's like this all the time.
Oh, boy.
All right. But I want to thank you all. It was great questions tonight. Remember, we don't charge you with anything other than the truth. Continue to support us. As Big B say, drop us a line. If you want to get that information on the actual transcript of tonight's program. Or you can join us tomorrow evening. And that will be at the Christian Eagles Nest Christian in Providence. Did you put that in the chat?
She did. It's in the chat, Dr. P.
All right.
And by the way, I'll get that chat out early, y'all, so you can't miss it.
Yes, absolutely. So I want to thank y'all. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing, you got it.
Yes, indeed. You got a
God
shot.
bless. Thank you.
All right. And we're going to start the challenge. Everybody, tap. And breathe. Good. Come on, nice and steady music tonight. Nice and steady music.
Yeah, buddy.
This is the samba. Yeah. Starting it up now. Come on down. Come on down. Tap.
Preto que é preto ilumina porque é preto.
Good. Right around the cowphone.
Preto que é preto combina de se olhar. Preta é uma cor, mas também é minha preta. Cor e pele preta, sem se misturar. Preto que é preto ilumina porque é preto. Preto que é preto combina de se olhar. Preto que tem resolvida a sua cor. Não tem que se impor, nem que se curvar. Tem nada a ver. Alguém samba.
Yeah.
Tem tudo a ver com a cor.
On the other side, that's right. The armpit, that's right. You do the pumping, that's right. Flip it on the inside. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Alguém
You can start moving under the arm like this. That moves the limbs right there. Women, if you have that, you just go under here and just move like this.
Yeah.
A gente ajeita quando tem cabeça feita. E lá no fundo quando deita é tudo igual. Pra quem me aceita e como negro me respeita. Eu sou pretinho, coisa tal. A gente ajeita quando tem cabeça feita. E lá no fundo quando deita é tudo igual. Pra quem me aceita e como negro me respeita. Eu sou pretinho, negro velho, coisa e tal. Tem nada a ver com a cor.
You already start under here. This is the cervical node. As you tap under the cervical node, all you want to do is you walk, pull up, go up, pulling down. Keep going. Pulling under the eyelids and pull the back to the side. Pull it down, goes down the side with the side burn.
Combina de se olhar.
Pull it down.
É uma cor, mas também é minha preta. Cor e pele preta, sem se misturar. Tem nada a ver com a cor. Alguém samba. Tem tudo a ver com a cor.
Yeah, buddy. Hey.
And then you pull it down.
A gente ajeita quando tem cabeça feita.
Bring it on
E lá no
down.
fundo quando deita é tudo igual. Pra quem me aceita como negro me respeita. Aí sim, eu sou pretinho, negro, velho, coisa e tal. A gente ajeita quando tem cabeça feita. E lá no fundo quando deita é tudo igual. Pra quem me aceita como negro me respeita. Eu sou pretinho, negro, velho, coisa e tal. Vem, meu povo.
Bring it on down.
Tem nada a ver com a cor.
Put it on down. You can almost feel the air through your arms. Stand up. Good.
Mas olha
This
só.
is called the energy bath. You're grounding yourself. Take that, put that over in areas of your joints, your ligaments, little qigong. All right? It's good intention, right? Good intention. Right, Ryan?
Yes, sir.
Right? Right, Debbie? Right, Mike? Right,
Right.
Right?
Okay.
That's right.
Camada. Yeah.
Right, Irene? Right, Margot?
Relax.
Right?
Só quem é preto ilumina porque é preto.
How can it not do good? Go ahead. Put it on
A
down.
cor é preta, mas também
Good, right?
é minha
One more
preta.
time. Well, let's just clap in.
Pra quem tem resolvido a sua cor, não tem que se impor, nem que se curvar.
Now rub it together. Rub it together.
Eu sou pretinho, nego velho, coisa e tal. Eu sou pretinho, nego velho, coisa e tal.
And move the top link, keep the bottom of fill. Y'all feel that energy?
Eu sou teu preto, nego
Good
velho,
intentions, bless yourself. God bless y'all, may God keep y'all, and thank you for tuning in to the family.
Good night. God bless.
Good night, y'all. All right, DC, I'll see you on the weekend, buddy.
Good night. God bless everyone.
Good night.
You got it right
Until the
on time.
weekend.
Yes, sir.
Testimonies tonight, y'all. Great testimonies tonight. Great testimonies. Share this link on Facebook. Where we go, Big B's gonna put it all up on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
On Dr. Paul Holistic Health Network. Go to Facebook, share it with your family, with your friends. You can make a difference in somebody's life, y'all. Yep. All right, so we're gonna count it on down. Count it on down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll see y'all next week, y'all.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
All right.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
Chilling with this one, Big B. Just to send her on home and go to sleep right now. Hey, hey, hey. Somebody jamming in their car.
Good night, everybody.
Uh-huh.
Good night. Good night.
All right, good night, y'all. We'll